Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Circle of Salt. My name is Clark Moon, and today I'm going to go over 5 disturbing books that I recommend reading, and one that I am currently reading. Okay, where to begin? Two of the books I read on my Kindle. However, as you can see, my dog has destroyed it, so I can't show you the covers on the device itself. I'll put them up like right here or something. Okay, so we'll just start with the ebooks just to get them out of the way. Again, I'll put the cover right here just so you can see them. The first being The Collector by John Fowles. It follows this guy, Ferdinand, I believe his name is, and he ends up stalking this girl, Miranda, and then ultimately kidnapping her. And yeah, it just kind of goes into their relationship and their back and forth. It is super well written and definitely worth a read. Okay, the second ebook that I read was called Woom, spelled Woom. Again, it is by Duncan Ralston, and it takes place in a motel, and it follows this guy who has ordered a prostitute to the room, and they go back and forth exchanging stories about the exact room that they're in. Sort of an anthology, but also ties in together to a degree, being that they're all in the same room. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Okay, these next two are kind of similar in a way, but also very different. The first being Finishing Touches by Thomas Tesser. This one follows a guy who has just recently moved to London, and he wants to explore the London nightlife. So he goes out to a bar, ends up meeting this old guy who is very excited to have somebody to talk to, ends up buying all his drinks, and then throughout the course of a couple weeks takes him to different bars and clubs, and it ranges from little rinky-dink hole in the walls to like these lavish expensive joints. But the old man ends up trusting him and liking him so much that he takes him to this secret club, and yeah, that's where it really starts to get quite bizarre. Okay, on the flip side, this one is called In the Miso Soup by Ryu Murakami. It follows a tour guide giving American tourists a sort of a dirty nightlife tour of Tokyo. The tour guide being Kenji, and he meets this American tourist named Frank, and Frank is just a big weirdo, wanting more and more bizarre things to be shown to him. And throughout the whole story in the background, there's sort of a murder mystery that it is going on. Kenji keeps reading the newspaper and seeing that different girls and people that they see in the nightlife going missing or and such. Okay, the last book I want to recommend is called Zombie by Joyce Carol Otis. This one follows a kid, Quentin, who is quite bizarre and struggles meeting people and really doesn't have any friends. He's kind of a troublemaker. And the premise is that he wants to create a friend, being a zombie. Heavy Jeffrey Dahmer vibes, if I'm being honest. Super disturbing. Probably the most disturbing out of all the books I recommended, but really well written. Okay, lastly, this is the book that I'm currently reading. It is called Notice by Heather Lewis. It follows a prostitute who just continuously puts herself in worse and worse situations. There are situations that are incredibly jarring, but also gripping, so it's hard to put down. And then there's certain situations that is just it's very difficult to read. I can't really recommend it until I finish it, but yeah, it is definitely interesting. I'll say that. All right, well, thank you for watching. If you have any recommendations, please leave them in the comments. Again, this has been Circle of Salt. I'm Clark Moon. Thank you for watching.